Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I... This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. rice, we got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I. This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I.
Morning, guys. Good morning to you. It's the 29th of January, 2024. Welcome to another episode of Livewire with me, your host, Courdel Jones, always here with you, bringing you the information, bringing you the facts about what's happening in and around the country. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. It's starting of a new week. We will be having the consideration of the 2024 estimates of revenue and expenditure, which will commence from tomorrow, the 30th of January. And that will be one of the final stages of consideration for budget 2024. As everybody would know, now $1.46 trillion has been budgeted for expenditures this year. A lot of transformational projects will come to fruition by the end of this year and 2025. Transformational projects that would put Guyana on a path of progress, development, and bring on parallel ease to Guyanese citizens from quite a few spheres, whether it be the lowering of energy cost, the construction of integral infrastructure for road networks and moving people around this country, moving materials around the country, conducting business in Guyana. So, you know, the sooner that we go through this budgeting process and the budget is approved, is the sooner that the development that we have seen since August 2nd, 2020 can continue, and the promises made pre-August 2020, we will continue to see them being delivered incrementally and with a plan of ensuring that Guyanese benefit from what there is to offer from the government of Guyana, something that was sincerely lacking that 2015 to 2020 period. So, morning to everybody on the live already. Wazim, Jonah Bijan, Paul Joseph, Derek Drew Paul. Morning to you guys. Vina Ramkaran, morning to you. Mohammed Yusuf, Pam Singh, Leroy Mangal, Chris, Leonard Cornelius, Tracy Martindale, Neil Ramnukan, Takur Brijlal, Asif Hamed, Gil Ian, Soma Bipath, Dale Henry, Lash PA. Morning to you, brother. I hope all is well. Tyrus O'Brien, Jamila Kayum, Sherwin Siram. Morning to everybody. Anita Ramdial joining us from Canada, telling us it's very cool up there. Eunice Racklbeer, how are you this morning? And what's the weather like in your area? Richard Stanislas, morning to you. Sally Jones. Who else we got here? Sandy Mangar, Keith Adams, Jane. What's going on in St. Martin? Datan and Dalal. Ronald Shivdial, morning to you. Reni Prasad, Ganesh Samlal, morning to you. Rowena Lal, Carla Thomas, Mukesh Vishnurat, Alonzo Jardine, morning to you. Vijay Lacha, morning to you. Diorajnath, Sanita Sokraj, Faisal Ghani, Randolph Sarju, Shakira, morning to you. Keith Benjamin, morning to you. Prasad Pati, Rayad Ali, morning, everybody. Lance joining us from Maryland. What's going on in Maryland there? What the weather treating? What is the weather like there, brother? You know, so let's get into it today. You know, sometimes people just tell me I am harassing opposition people, and I don't think that's the case. I think they harass themselves and set up themselves, right, for harassment. I don't go out looking for trouble with nobody. I'll be minding my own business, and somehow I happen to run across some things from the opposition that I think is absolutely hilarious. Now, this morning I got up and I was looking through the internet, finding things to discuss with you guys. And I came across two photos, right? And I thought this was funny as hell because the facial expressions in the photos, the people in the photos, I mean, oh goodness. Sometimes when you're that good, you must stay good, you know. Some of the persons or the actors who had roles during 2015 to 2020, some of you should just, oh gosh, go away, disappear. You've already contributed what you had to contribute to Guyana, which was not much. Allow the Guyanese people to recover in peace. You understand me? Now look at this photo here. Look at this here. Look at this. Right now, man, here. I don't know who are the photographers that are attached to the opposition, but photos are something, right? Photos are something. Anthony Wong joining us from France. Morning to you. Zaza Ali as well. Morning. Right? So I want to say to the opposition and to their photographers, photos And video is both are something that you can shoot once and then shoot again if you don't get what you want, right? You you could shoot more than once. Now you got to tell me, this photographer, look at this photo with Aubrey and Raphael, and that is the best version of the photo you could find. Look at Aubrey's face. Like, what you could have at least, man, comrade leader, could you allow us to take the photo again? You look constipated. You look like somebody burning a feather or something. You look uncomfortable, sir. You look uncomfortable. You understand me? Somebody could have said that to him. And besides that, Rafael, that 18 million USA look good on you, brother. You understand? You need to listen. If you had size before, and this is information for nation building. Let's go say anyone. If you had size before and you lost some weight, go to the tail and get your suits them taken in, man. What? Why Rafael looking so? Why is looking like this? You understand me? No, this here, according, let me go to the opposition's page so I don't give y'all the wrong information on what we're looking at, right? And like I tell you, the whole thing to me is, I find it funny because it's like, oh gosh. So the book that is being handed over here from MP Trotman, well, sorry, former Minister of Natural Resources and former Speaker of the National Assembly, Raphael Trotman, he's handing over a book titled Parliament in the Republic of Guyana to Leader of the Opposition, Aubrey Norton, right? Now, I don't know what Raphael trying to state here, but I think the message is clear. Clearly, opposition leader is probably not too aware of parliamentary procedures and principles and how to conduct himself in parliament. This might also stretch to his MPs, as we know, and as we were almost misled. An MP was in the National Assembly. I don't want to say high like a kite, but we definitely know that it was not a mild stroke or a severe stroke, and that there's not low blood sugar. Y'all look at me, Courdel Jones, talking to you here, right? My mother suffered from low blood sugar. She's passed away. And I can tell you this, the 3 times that I found my mother suffering from a low blood sugar attack, literally helpless people. You understand? Barely able to breathe on her own, gasping for air. That's it. That's it. Can't lift your hand, can't turn your head, can't say a word to you to let you know what is going on. I have experienced that. I have called the ambulance 3 times for my mother before she passed because of low blood sugar. Literally watch them lift her out of the house, rush her to the hospital, and there's an injection that you give to people suffering from that. That in like 3 to 4 minutes, they just catch themselves and start moving again, and you would think nothing didn't happen to them before because the bodily functions come back and they're normal, right? A stroke worse yet. A stroke worse yet. So, like I said, this could possibly be a book to help the APL new AFC parliamentarians to function with more sense in the National Assembly, right? But this is not the only photo. I want y'all to look at this other photo here and look at how Aubrey Norton looks baffled at the words he's seeing in this book. Look at this here. Tell me if that don't look like confusion. Like Aubrey Norton, brain at the back left side just starts spinning and it burning gears, smoke coming from the back of his head. And despite how Raphael trying to show him pictures, because the book clearly has pictures as well, definitely needed for Uncle Aubrey and Neiman, a couple of them over there, right? Clearly, you could see the look of confusion on Aubrey Norton's face as he looks at this book that is supposed to guide him and his MPs on how to conduct themselves in the National Assembly. A look of utter confusion. Aubrey is lost. You understand me? Nevertheless, I'm glad that the former member of parliament, the former speaker of the house, Mr. Trotman, although he was not able to take his clothes to be taken in a little bit, was able to share this book with Mr. Norton. And hopefully he will be able to share it with his MPs. And at the end of the day, well, Zaza said, depending on who wrote the book. You are correct. You are correct, Zaza. You are correct. But I am hoping that this is not a book written by Raphael Trotman, right? We already know he wrote a book on the oil deal and whatnot and whatnot. And if Ferguson asked us to read it, but we're not going to. But hopefully, Aubrey takes this as, I don't know what we could take it as. I just hope he takes it. I hope he reads it. I hope he sits with the honorable member Gita Chanda and Edmonds, and both of them sit down and read this book. Then pass it to Sharon and Chris and Valdo and Nemo and Amanza and all of them. Pass it out. Pass it out. Matter of fact, they should have sent it to Parliament downstairs and photocopy it and share it to the rest of the parliamentarians on the opposition side so that they would be better able to function in their capacities that they've been elected to. Right? Good. Enough stupidness for the morning. Enough stupidness for the morning. Now, I've mentioned on this program before, President Ali continues to put Guyana on the pedestal that it deserves to be on. Right? He has been representing Guyana at international fora on a phenomenal level. There are countries around the world that didn't even look in Guyana's direction. And I know the naysayers will say it's because of oil. But if there is not a conducive environment for investors in that sector to come here and invest and make a profit, they wouldn't come here, right? And outside of the oil sector, oil and gas sector, President Ali has been advancing food security in Guyana and the Caribbean. He has been advancing green initiatives in Guyana and the Caribbean. And the president has been showing Guyanese, especially the few who still had it in their minds that they needed to support the coalition, what a president's supposed to look like. You understand? You remember I used to see Granger in a don't even know the right name for the suit, but them kind of like sure Jack suits, posing up with the head in the ear, like he can't smell his own feces. You understand? Self-righteous and promoting himself, right? All through Granger's tenure, the Granger has not been celebrated. He has not been awarded or recognized like President Ali. And it could be simply because of one thing. There's a fundamental difference between the two presidents, right? One is a working president and one was a ceremonial president. And in some cases, not even properly ceremonial. You understand? So our president was in Africa, receiving awards for his work in various spheres. President Ali, right? So various African and civil society organizations in Guyana expressed their strong and unwavering support for President Ali. They highlighted his strong and transformational leadership since taking office in 2020. President Ali received the prestigious Global African Leadership Award during the Africa Prosperity Champions Award and Presidential Gala in Ghana. The award recognizes his dedication to the prosperity and well-being of all Guyanese, right? Of all Guyanese. That don't mean Indo-Guyanese. That don't mean Amerindian Guyanese or Afro-Guyanese or Chinese or Portuguese Guyanese or Guyanese of mixed race. It means all of them. All of them. You understand? Granger never got an award of this nature from the African states. They are the former African leader of Guyana. Right? He didn't even get it for just advancing the happiness of regular Afro-Guyanese. Not even for that. But President Ali for all Guyanese. Now, the International Decade for People of African Descent, Guyana, they protested the award, claiming it's politically motivated and objectionable. Now, could you imagine a prodigy who collecting money from the same Irfan Ali government and not doing what it's supposed to do for Afro-Guyanese, talking about politically motivated? The head of Ipadagy is the GCOM commissioner for the PNC, a known political figure in this country. The head of Ipadagy literally, as a commissioner, you could say was complicit in the derailing of democracy in this country. And they thought Ipadagy. That's what I say sometimes. Some of these things, you just gotta laugh. Right? Now, Ipadagy has been accused of having political underpinnings and attempting to incite ethnic division in Guyanese society. You think if President Ali was sowing those kinds of seeds of division in this country, he would have been recognized? You think he would have gotten his flowers? No. You think leaders in African nations want oil so bad? Africa, a mineral-rich continent. Don't even let me look at one country in Africa, a mineral-rich continent, right? Need to run to Guyana for mineral resources? For oil and gas, Africa got oil and gas going on there. I think in Ghana, they built a new refinery there the other day or something. Right? Now, there are various policies and plans that were implemented by the PPPC administration since 2020 that were highlighted by the group honoring the president. Notable achievements include the removal of VAT on water for pensioners, a consistent increase in the monthly pension payouts, despite the retired Darren Wade on Freddie Kassoon show, stammering his way through everything with no understanding of what Mr. Bagwedin is telling him. Right? Impossible to see outside of what is in front of his face, $3,000, and cannot see the fact that the pension since Irfan Ali took office has increased by 75% from what the APNU left. So hopefully by next year or by the elections time, that could move to 100%. So they don't see or understand, hey, this is not one pensioner you're dealing with. So we can't just up the pension by 100,000 and hand these pensioners money. Two, old age pension is a form of assistance. The government is not mining you after you turn 65. What were you doing in your productive years? You understand me? Were you wasting time, or were you ensuring that you look after yourself so that when you are older, when you are unable to work, you have something set aside that you don't have to worry? But they can't see that. They want, and then they talk about handouts. You're supposed to be paying your NIS pension to get your NIS pension. Old age pensions and assistance from the government. Sugar Slim, you know something? You are someone who I really feel get high on their own supply. So here is what Sugar Slim is asking. Does Ali or the government, PPPC, owns the taxpayers' money? Stop, bro. African organization has a right to give their opinion on issues. Sir, where were you when the taxpayers' money, the 80 billion in taxes that were being collected wasn't being spent on the people? Sugar Slim. And again, this is somebody from the diaspora who don't come here, who not investing in Guyana, who ain't bringing a business to Guyana to do anything of any substance, talking foolishness. Who said the money belongs to President Ali or the PVPC government? Nobody said so. But guess what? President Ali and the PVPC government putting the money to work for Afro-Guyanese. You, Sugar Slim, should have been around when the government that cared so much for Afro-Guyanese was doing foolishness with the people money. You know what, Sugar Slim? We could use the 600 million that we can't find from the cow pen on Homestretch Avenue. That is what you should be, that is the taxpayers' money you should be concerned about. This worries. And that is the sad part about it. Persons expect you to blindly follow the coalition government because the two of we look the same. When the idiocy coming out of them, you can't swallow it. It's so stupid. It's so stupid, the things that came out of the coalition government. The taxpayers' money to take and buy 5 drones that can't even fly to the border and back in one go. Or even if you leapfrog them, they can't reach to the border and back. Sugar Slim, idiot. That's the kind of stupidity you get from these PNC people. You can't call out Granger or Harmon or Valda for the foolishness that they did. The racist comments that came from Valda Lawrence, where were you? She was getting paid taxpayers' money that Amerindians were paying as well. Amerindians work and pay taxes. And you could have called them people out the name. Where were you when Valda Lawrence said the taxpayers' money can only go to PNC people because she can only give them jobs? Stupid. Back to what I was saying, man. These people just take me off for what I'm doing, you know. Anyway, we were talking about the notable achievements of the Irfan Ali administration that would have caused these African nations to recognize him for the love for his nation and developing his nation, unlike Granger and Harmon, Sugar Slim Williams. You need to come off the sugar. You probably like Gita and Dr. Cummins. You want some sugar, some Mali or something. Clearly, sir, clearly, you want the sugar. If you sugar down, don't come on this program when you sugar down, sir. Catch yourself, get sense, and then come back. You understand? Anyway, moving back to what I was discussing. So, like I was saying earlier to Sugar Slim, the government has reversed 200 taxes and fees imposed by the previous administration, boosting household disposable income. MOOC. President Ali's government has implemented budgetary measures to cushion the effects of the global rising cost of living since 2020. So unlike other countries who feeling lashes, you must, if you got family in Trinidad, y'all call and find out about the prices over there. Y'all complaining over here, gas prices and things like that. Call them and find out, right? Initiatives include grants for persons with disabilities, small business owners, patients on dialysis, and indigenous people, which Granger never gave them Sugar Slim. Idiot! That is taxpayers' money going back to the people. When Granger give my uncle, diehard PNC, who, boy, y'all don't even know, bro. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. Diehard PNC, right? Struggling to pay dialysis. The PPP had to come in and bring in a dialysis subsidy. I don't even think he benefited from it because I think he passed away before that kicked in. So he suffered with it under the PNC. You understand me? That's what I was trying to show you. You cannot dictate people's experience of you, PNC. You cannot tell people what they would have experienced from you. A lot of Guyanese have horror stories about the PNC. And the sad part about that, Sugar Slim, is Afro-Guyanese. Is Afro-Guyanese. And look at this idiot. What? Under the APN, you in 3 years did more than the 12. You're an idiot. Clearly, you don't live in Guyana. You understand? This boy here, mad. This boy here is mad. You understand me? And clearly, he doesn't live in Guyana. Any sane person walking around this country, any sane person, the coalition in do community roads in Sapphire, Albaiston, Beirut, and its black areas are calling Sugar Slim. Purposely. Afro-Guyanese areas are calling. Linden, New Amsterdam, none of them places. Right? Not a community road. New Amsterdam, the flooding until the PVP activists lobby central government to put in pumps in that area. 2 pumps for the New Amsterdam area. This wretch Sugar Slim. Why New Amsterdam flooding since 2015 to 2020? Why didn't they put it in? Why didn't they put it in, sir? You, Sugar Slim, you remember when Londoners used to bathing and complaining, but acid water coming out of the skin and all kind of stupidness? The desalinization plant is a people that's in there. And this banner could come on this live here and stifle his Americanized conscience. Sir, if you're in the States, you live in the States and you enjoy yourself. When we want you to come and comment is, I wouldn't even say it, because it's highly unlikely to happen. Because the PNC don't even like Granger no more, because they ain't gonna put him back as president, definitely. And shit, shucks. Aubrey Norton, look, definitely he can't be president. You know they don't like him. So it's trouble. Now, when President Ali unveiled his One Guyana platform during his inaugural address during 2020, it served as the framework for many government policies. So the platform emphasizes inclusivity and equality. The collective accusations made by Ipadiji against President Ali of racism and discrimination have not been quantified or not been backed up by any sorts of fact. Right? Not been backed up by any sort of fact. There has not been a single person to say, I was fired from a ministry because I support the PNC. Or I was fired from a ministry because I the campaigner with Granger, or I the working with Granger. None of that. Right? So now what I want to make clear is that President Ali's governance has been non-discriminatory. And for me, the accusations by Ipadeji are clearly politically motivated organization are false and baseless. The mere fact that Ipadeji is receiving their subvention without issue speaks to that. And mind you, Ipadeji has not been audited properly in some time. And these are the same people who can come and talk about corruption and government spending and how to spend money and how to manage money and this and that. And Ipadeji does not even have proper records to show what is spending money on that the government giving them. You can imagine a small organization like that, right? Paying almost 40 million in staff salary. To who? To who? To who? Now, this is an organization that is charged with disbursing funds to Afro-Guyanese organizations, right? So let me say you got a secretary, you got a project coordinator, you probably got somebody who looking at applications coming in from these organizations. You might got a director, he might got a secretary, they might give you a driver, and then you'd have these persons who would be like a board of directors looking over everything. How we reach $40 million? Let me say they got a cleaner, one for inside, one for outside. How we reaching $40 million? You understand? Are y'all looking after yourself because you're of African descent in this decade of people of African descent? Come on now. Y'all got to do better. Now, President Ali's leadership on historical matters of slavery and colonization, as well as his emphasis on reparative justice for people of African. And there's another thing. When y'all ever hear Granger lobby for reparations for Africans? When Sugar Slim, this wretch, when Granger, Harmon, this boy high as a kite. This boy high as a kite, people. This boy is Annette Ferguson's son. You understand me? This boy here is Annette Ferguson's son. Y'all can't be serious. Y'all can't be serious. When the coalition had it in the mind to connect the East Coast to the East Bank with a 4-lane highway, this boy high as a kite. This boy ain't even mixing the Kool-Aid with water. He's sniffing it right out of the pack. He's sniffing the Kool-Aid out of the pack. He ain't even mixing it with water, putting a little sugar, nothing. Out the pack, this boy sniffing it from. When the coalition had an idea for gas to shore project, oh gosh, the bridge to cross the harbor, the Demerara Harbor there, was in the works since don't know when. Only thing that the coalition have on that is the unsolicited bid that David Patterson took to the cabinet that he's now before the courts for. This boy is out of his mind. I got to unfriend you. I can't got this kind of stupidity around me. This is the kind of thing that caused Gita Chandan to find yourself where you're there right now. You understand me? This is the kind of thing associating having this level of stupidity around you. It cannot be good for you. This boy crazy. Listen, you are lit. You gotta be Annette Ferguson. You are the Guyanese hypocrite 2.0. Granger has never lobbied for reparations for Afro-Guyanese for slavery. President Ali, y'all remember the broadcast President Ali had it out with in the UK when he was talking about this thing? Granger went up and sat up nice next to the Queen and posed up for picture. He mentioned nothing but reparations. Is the Indo-Guyanese president who do that? Where was Granger? Sugar? He's off the molly, brother. Ease off the money. So, like I was saying, the president exhibited outstanding leadership on historical matters of slavery and colonization, as well as his emphasis of reparative justice for people of African descent, is acknowledged as consistently outstanding for Guyana and the CARICOM region. So he ain't even lobbying for we alone, is everybody. Sugar, come off the sugar. Come off the sugar, sir. You are high. You are high, my brother. You are definitely high. Now, President Ali is recognized for protecting his country from what is described as an outrageous and aggressive attempt of neocolonialism and unwarranted foreign aggression. We listen, other than Anna telling me they take the 18 million to go to the court, we don't know what Granger do in terms of this border controversy, right? And listen, 18 million US, trouble. Trouble. Let me move on to some positive things, right? Outside of the positivity, Lester Edwards, thank you for mentioning this. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to throw you up so that, what's his name? Sugar Slim could read. That guy is definitely high on his own supply. Sir, if you're drinking Congress Place Kool-Aid, I am saying dilute it in water. You can't sniff in that dust straight out of the pack. That going straight to your brain and causing you, I don't even know what to call it, brother. But do not sniff the Congress Place Kool-Aid directly from the pack. Because that there is Molly that you are taking in, and it's not right. It is not right, sir. It is not right. Let me run over to Region 9, where Minister Colin Crowell was in the region, and he has been able to hand over 18 low-income homes to families in Culvert City. Now, the Let Them Housing Support Program aims to provide affordable housing to low-income families in Let Them Region 9. That's in the Upper Takoto, Upper Essequibo area. Minister of Housing and Water, the Honorable Colin Crowell, officially handed over keys to 18 low-income families during a simple ceremony in Culvert City. Each housing unit measures approximately 550 square feet and include 2 bedrooms, a living room, a kitchen, and a sanitary facility. The total cost of each unit is $3 million. The Affordable Housing Initiative was conceptualized by who? President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, right? The initial phase of the program includes constructing 100 low-income homes at New Culvert City Housing Scheme, Tapachinga Housing Scheme, and the TACT Central Housing and Planning Authority Housing Scheme, right? The first 48 homes are at advanced stages of construction at Culvert City and Tapachinga. Construction will commence on an additional 40 units at the new track Central Housing and Planning Authority scheme. Approximately 600 persons are expected to benefit from this initiative. The government provided 1 million. Y'all listening? Sugar, you listening? The government provided 1 million in support for the construction to make the initiative accessible to Let Them residents. The ministry partnered with commercial banks to offer loans to eligible landowners for the remaining 2 million. Minister Crowell highlighted that the units handed over represents an investment of about 54 million on the government's part. In 1 year, the government has invested over 630 million for the construction of homes alone, for houses alone. The project not only addresses the critical need for affordable housing, but also stimulates the local economy through use of local sources for clay bricks and timber. 7 communities are supplying building materials, contributing to the local economic development. Minister Kroll emphasized that the government is committed to ensuring all citizens live comfortable lives. The Let Them Housing Initiative, the Let Them Support Initiative aligns with the government's broader commitment to improving the lives of citizens across all regions. Not for pens there on the East Bank or Abri, all regions. Over 1.2 billion has been invested in infrastructural development at the new housing scheme at Polk Bridge and other road upgrades in the Lethem Township. In addition to the Lethem Housing Program, under the Hinterland Housing Program, over 120 houses are being built in various villages within the region, targeting vulnerable families. Right? So this here is your Minister of Housing reaching out all the way in Region 9. And that's where you have a holistic plan. You literally have housing schemes going up across this nation. So Bartica from don't know when, they now have a new housing scheme being constructed there, right? New schemes being built on the East Coast. You have extension of schemes there in Linden, Region 10. You have it happening in Region 3. Region 9, someplace that is far-flung, is not being left out. So persons and the Ministry of Housing, they are now ensuring that persons have access to affordable housing in these areas, right? So hats off to the minister and his team, both Minister Kroll and Minister Rodriguez, for advancing housing across this nation, right? Advancing housing across this nation. And properness too. Just the other day, I went a Bacchus fire in Commons, the Commons Lodge area there, where the young professional scheme is there. People, properness, houses already built and people waiting, people moved in, some people waiting to move in. They even got some people who decide this house done built, they want to do variation. So they extend into the back, they're putting in this, they're putting in that. You understand? And people are now able to live, move into a place without any headache, live the life with the family. And that is important. That is important. And we must remember how dead housing was under the coalition, right? All y'all who had the applications in there since don't know when, Ganesh Mahipal come a month or whatever, a couple of days, and get his house lot in front of y'all. You understand? According to what was shared in the National Assembly. Tabitha, house, land following field. But the people of Linden couldn't benefit. Right? The people of Linden got regularized the other day. Where was this place? I was there when they were aligning the road and the people rowing and stuff and them kind of thing. The ministry trying to regularize the scheme. Oh boy. I think it was somewhere in Amelia's ward, at the back of Amelia's ward. Now that the government doing the extension. You understand? And you think land grabbing is a joke. You think land grabbing is a joke. Now, let me tell you about how people stay. Now, there was a gentleman there, because I went to interview some of the persons who the coalition had claimed the government pushed down the place and left them with nothing of the sort. All those people who are in the roadway moved to get house lot, the thing, and they are right. So they had a gentleman there who came to the front and he was rowing because he was saying that something about he dealing with housing, he dealing with lands and survey because he got he had a big set of farmland or something, right? So first of all, I said, man, so lands and survey give you any document for this land? No. So where's the boundary from the land? They're right here. Literally, he said they're right here, where he's standing up. Now, folks, where he's standing and where his house was. They got at least about 3 to 4 acres between the two, right? So I said, man, you can't just say it here. Where's the pal point? They're right here. He set the pal point as he. So I think, man, but hey, you can't just do that. You gotta go in and make sure and see with the area, make sure nobody else can own it and them kind of thing before you decide you cardoning off this area for yourself. But he was adamant that there's his space and he keeping it. And sometimes that is what you find in some of these areas. You have people that wrong and strong. Squatting is illegal. No matter how you twist and turn it, squatting is illegal. So you can't commit an illegal act and then wrong and strong. Like if you spend some money to purchase this land or you got a legal right to this land. And then you know what's the sad thing? You doing something wrong. You get reprimanded by whoever agency. Say, man, you can't be here. It's people land or whatever, or the government reserve or whatever. The next thing I hear, oh, we living in Guyana. We got so much land here. Come on. In what country you go and people just give you land for free, whether you born there or not? Which country? Which country? Where? Right? It is unheard of. It is unheard of. You cannot go to any country, right? And they give the citizens of that country land for free. At least I have never heard of it. But if somebody here know about a country like that, put it in the comments. Let me go and check it out. Right? But you have to pay for land. The sad part about it is that a lot of people don't realize land in Guyana is heavily subsidized. The house lot that you claim you pay so much for, right? You could imagine if the government didn't subsidize that lot. You could imagine if a private developer had to go into the area, clear the land, build the roads, map out the area, map out all the house lots, put in drains, put in pipes, put in electricity pole, and all them things. You could imagine the cost of that house lot. Well, somebody saying Dubai, apparently Dubai does give away free land. I gotta check that. Mohammed Razak, okay. You say Dubai, I can go and check it. But right, I don't know about that. Because even Dubai, they look like they got real bread to survive over there. But yeah. So at the end of the day, our leaders have been moving this country forward, and we've been seeing that. They are catering for persons from all levels. At the top, Marisha Sami. Marisha, 9 minutes till the end of the program and you come here, but you're better late than never. Trouble. But I'm glad you're here, indeed. Better late than never. Morning to you, Marisha. Right? So we got to continue to develop this nation. We got to continue to oh, jeez. I'm getting some WhatsApp messages. Please just give me a second. Yeah, we got to continue this trajectory that we're on. And under President Ali, I am of the firm belief that we will continue to move forward. Right? We have not seen anything of this nature. 2050 to 2020. I maintain every time there's a remarkable transformation in the landscape of this country, it's under the tenure of the PPP. You understand? I'm not talking about somebody with something in the head, they're thinking about it. Oh, I have a plan. Oh, this is a good policy to implement. Oh, yes, this looks like something good to do. We're talking about government, or a government that is actually implementing things. For those you're laid by, morning to you. We're talking about a government that actually implementing things, getting things done. Not a talk shop government, not a gaffing government, right? That is the most you get out of them. Gaff. They had something I wanted to touch on. I saw Valda Lawrence say at the debates that they shared on their PNC page. And I thought this was a the height of being hypocritical. Oh my God, Valda Lawrence, how dare you? How dare you? No, okay. I recall former US President George Bush's cheeky comment on his own administration. Man, let me put this on the screen for y'all, man. Valda is past people. Valda is past people. Valda is past people. You hear me? And you know, I know one of the most important things y'all must remember about Valda, right? One of the most important things that y'all must remember about Valda Lawrence, she's only giving jobs to persons of the PNC, right? So I recall former US President George Bush's cheeky comment on his own administration's budget saying, it's clearly a budget. It's got a lot of numbers in it. And what? And so was the Honorable Minister's 2024 budget speech. It had a lot of numbers. And I may add a plethora. What? Anyway, here's what I'm saying to you. At the end of the day, it is clear anybody who has issues with numbers, it's on your side, Valda. Right? It's on your side. We have on numerous occasions seen your counterparts, your opposition MPs, come up to the podium with some numbers out of this world that they could have simply checked on a calculator. You understand? What we want to know about is the numbers on the coalition's SOPs. Until you can find that, Valda Lawrence. One thing that you come into us with, stinkerfish. It's stinkerfish. Everything that you're telling me, stinkerfish. We don't want to hear it. Right? No, she's also talking here about inequalities, nor contract award inequalities, and the budget does not reduce poverty. It does not reduce poverty. Is a Guyanese family friendly budget. So the skills man that we didn't get the skills yet. Who friend and family he is, Valda? Right? Whose friend and family is that, Valda? George Norton, who was paying over 10 million a month to house condoms and lubricant. And that is why I tell you, these people, hypocrites. Hypocrites. How was that benefiting the Guyanese people? $10 million to house, mind you, not condoms they're paying for, not lube they're paying for, free thing that the international organizations just share out. You understand? They ain't even distributing it to the people them. So well, say at least I protect yourself or something. Bare free thing. Bare free thing. They're keeping in there. And then talking about inequalities I sat and saw Afro-Guyanese contractors talk about not being able to get a contract under these people. I can now tell you that this government has removed so many barriers for small contractors to enter the game. Afro-Guyanese contractors, mind you. That a lady used to walk and sell fruits. You hear me? From Albany to walk and sell fruits. They're a little expensive, but she doing she thing. Right? That lady heard of an opportunity. She went, she registered, and that's to show you how y'all ice pass people on the other side. So you trying to tell me somebody can't move from one stage to the next? Is all got to be friends and family? Now that lady went register her business. She went GRA, go and get she compliance to make sure that she know the government, no taxes, nothing she could bid. Go NIS, make sure she write with NIS. All she information in there. Bid, right? Win a contract. Complete our contract. Went again, bid, win another contract. Complete that. Afro-Guyanese woman. That's one example. And I could tell you of numerous other. The other day, I was on the Avenue of the Republic during December. Minister Indar was in the streets checking on these persons who were doing the drainage works for the Christmas period, because you know we just expect rain. Ran into a young Afro-Guyanese gentleman, right? I think he was 24 years of age. Employ about 22 people on the cleaning work, hiring truck and this and all kind of thing. You know what the guy said? This is like a dream come true. I never believe I would have been able to employ people and contribute to my community like this. Who or when y'all had any testimonial of any Guyanese, even if it's Afro-Guyanese, to come out and say, yes, I make it under the PNC. Right? I made it under the PNC. This is what happened to me under the PNC. My business flourished. Here, I could bring about 15 people to tell you that all the investment they make under your time went to waste. You understand me? Only certain people flourished under yard. And even if you say only certain people flourishing now, it's more than back then. And based on that, the cup is bloody well half full. So, shucks, let it be. Y'all let it be. Anyway, people, I heading out of here. Y'all have a wonderful day. I hope our government continues to work in this vein in terms of moving Guyana forward. Big up to all the people who joined the live late. Let me see. Rahim Amarali. Kevin George. Big up yourself, sir. Stephanie Nelson Moore. Welcome. Stephanie's problems. Listen, Waldo, you best head back to Seven Ponds and you check out what's going on there. We'll watch you around here. Right? Everybody, y'all have a great day. Remember the estimates of expenditure for 2024. They'll be the consideration of revenue and expenditure for 2024. That will commence from tomorrow. So you guys can look out for that. And I'll be here with you guys tomorrow to take you to the paces. Remember to be good Guyanese out there, whether you're at home or in the diaspora. You understand? When you see Rick Ford, if you see Rick Ford anywhere over there, tell him the police looking for him in Guyana. Tell him come home and deal with his problems and then go back. Right? Y'all continue to be good Guyanese. And as I always say to you guys, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. Guyana.